Yes, to you guys. Let us go through this first example. So the topic, guys, is multiplication of polynomials. Okay. So we have the first example here, whereby we are told to expand and simplify. So for this one, guys, it's very easy. What do we do? We just multiply each term in the first bracket by every term in the second bracket. In other words, we multiply this by this, and then this by that, this by this, and this by that. Okay, so as we continue, we now say 2a by 2a. The answer is 4a to the power of 2. I'm sure you understand how we ended up getting 4a to the power of 2. Why? Because we multiplied 2a by that 2a. In other words, 2, this 2 by this 2, the answer is 4. And then this a by that a, the answer is a squared, because there are now two a's. We then multiply this 2 a by the second term in the second bracket, which is a negative 3. The answer is negative 6a. Okay, and then we move on to the second term in the first bracket. We multiply it by each term in the second bracket. Okay, now 3, this 3 by this 2a, the answer is a positive 6a. And then this 3 by a negative 3, the answer is a negative 9. Okay, we now only add only we now add only the like terms. Okay, so we have 4a to the power of 2. It has no like term, so we just write it down as it is. We now deal with the like terms, whereby we have a negative 6a and a positive 6a. These are like terms, so a negative 6a by a negative 6a, it's a 0. Why? Because in other ways, when we rearrange uh, the terms, or these like terms, we say 6a, this positive 6a here, we start with this positive 6a and then subtract a negative 6a. Okay, so we can clearly see that 6a minus a 6a, it's a 0. So in other words, here we can see that a negative 6a plus a negative 6a, it's also a 0. Okay, we just rearrange. Okay, for this negative 9, we just bring it down here. So this is the answer for example 1. So in the second example, we are told to simplify what we see here: b minus 3 in bracket to the power of 2. Guys, we can clearly see that what we have in example 2 is different with what we had in example 1. Okay, so for this one, it's a long multiplication. Okay, so it means we have two terms inside the bracket. In other words, the power is 2, so we rewrite what is in the bracket 2 times. Okay, we rewrite what is in the bracket 2 times. So b minus 3 in bracket, b minus 3 in bracket. Okay, I said the power is 2, and then what is in the bracket is twice. Okay, that is what it means. Now when we are done, we now multiply uh what is in the first bracket by every term in the second bracket, like we did in the first example. So this b by that b by that, this by this, and this by that. Okay, now b by b, the answer is b to the power of 2. I'm sure you know how it ended up being b to the power of 2. And then this b by a negative 3, the answer is a negative 3b. we now move on to this -3 in the first term and then multiply it by each term in the second bracket. So -3 by b, the answer is -3b as well. And then this -3 by that -3, the answer is a positive 9. What do? We now add up the like terms. Okay, we have b to the power of 2 without a like term, so we just bring it down, and then we have a -3b, and a -3b is our like terms. So a -3b minus a -3b, the answer is a negative 6b. And then we have a positive 9 there. We just bring it down as it is. So this is the answer for example 2. So for example 3, simplify d and then a d minus 4 in bracket and then d plus 3 in bracket. We can also see that our third example is quite far different from the first two examples. From the first two examples. So for this one, guys, we first for this one we first multiply the two brackets out. Okay, we first multiply out the two. We first multiply the two brackets out. Okay, so then the term in front, we just bring it down as it is, d, and then deal with what is in the brackets. Okay, so this d by this, that by this by this, and this by that. Okay, now let's continue. Now d by a d, the answer is d to the power of 2, and then a d by a 3, the answer is 3d. And then we move on to -4 by d, the answer is a -4d. And then that -4 by a positive 3, the answer is a -12. Okay, now we are done with what is in the brackets. Okay, now we then multiply the term in front by all terms in the bracket. Okay, we now multiply this term in front by all terms in the bracket. So d by d, the answer is d to the power of 3, and then d by 3d, the answer is 3d squared. Okay, and then d by a -4d, the answer is a -4d squared, and then d by a -12, the answer is a -12d squared. Now we then add up the like terms. Okay, we have d to the power of 3 on its own, and then we have positive 3d, and positive 3d to the squared, and then a -d squared as like terms. Now this positive 3d to the power of 2 minus a -4d to the power of 2, the answer is a -d squared. Why? Because this 3 minus a -4, the answer is 1. Okay, so in this case there's no need to write a 1 here. We just put a d to the power of 2. We now bring a -12d down here. So this is the answer for example 3. So this is what we have. This is what I had for today. So as you can see, we did three different examples. Okay, and you saw that they were quite different. So these are the answers. I thank you very much. Have a good day.